Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. We're going to talk about how to become a accredited investor the right way. No, Billy, you fucking sheep. We're going to talk about how to become a accredited investor the Cowboy way. Listen, do it the right way. You can do it, guys. We're going to get into it. This was we're not going to talk about it now. I just posted it on my last video. This is about the SEC just lied to the world, and the judge is going to have her fucking lunch. We're going to talk about words. It's about humor, this channel, and fucking violence. I've been shot at. I've been stabbed. I stole 2 cars before I was fucking 12. Got locked up. Lived on church cheese and trailer homes and trailer park chicks. What a great fucking life. And that was just before age 12. Alexa, play I Should Have Been a Cowboy.
Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith on Amazon.
My dreamers. My roadies. My roadies.
Testing.
I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Settle down, would you marry me? If I asked you twice and begged you pretty please, she'd have said yes in a New York minute. They never tied the knot, his heart wasn't in it. As he rode away, he never hung his head out at Kitty's place. I should have been a cowboy, should have learned to rope and ride, wearing my 6-shooters, riding my ponies on a cattle drive, stealing the young girls' hearts, just like Dean and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Might have had a sidekick with a funny name, running wild through the hills, chasing Jesse James, on banks in danger, riding shotgun for the Texas rain. Move west, young man, if you've been told California's full of whiskey, pussy and gold. The Cowboys coming out, motherfuckers. Alexa, off. Well, I'm not trying to fake it, and I ain't the one to blame. There's no one home in my house of pain. Well, I didn't want these pages, and this script's been rearranged. Now there's no one home in my house of pain. No, there's no one home in my house of pain. I'm gonna play something Jungle Inc. played today. And if this didn't move the price of XRP, it's simple. It's just manipulated, my dreamers. We're gonna get into that. And where is the Batman? This town needs a better class of criminals, and I'm gonna give it to them. Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my victims. My dreamers. My fucking roadies. I grew up stealing cars and playing with Chinese stars and rainbow fucking knives with compasses. Drinking powdered milk was a little dry. That was my life, and it was the greatest fucking childhood I've ever had. Anybody could ever have. Anyone. I mean, it made me who I am today. Billy has some words for the cowboy. Cowboy and Billy were reading about the sheep the other day. Well, Billy's gonna read about the cowboy, how he should change his fucking cowboy ways. Here we go. I've brought some more fucking people over to my fuck you list. Used to be so fucking cool, so slick, cowboy. But you got tired, you got old. They wore you fucking down. They changed your mind, man. You changed your mind. Man. Fucking cowboy. Standing in a fucking parking lot of a supermarket, feeling lucky. You got there before the fucking locks on the liquor section were locked. Your shine is gone, motherfucker. And the nights show on your face like never before. Trying to help you, brother. Cowboy. It's a whole new you. A new fucking dead mask for you to wear. For the rest of your fucking life, cowboy. The soles on your shoes, on your fucking boots, giddy up, my roadies, are thinner than they've ever been. And the insulation on your sole is so fucking thin, you finally discovered you fucking had one. And its back is broken. And its back is broken. Hit the bottle harder. Drink your fucking whale's blood. Ignore the laughter of the fucking losers that are a few years fucking behind you. And just yesterday you would have fucking taken their teeth out and wore them around your fucking neck like a necklace with the words they're saying. Right to your face. They move their shit that they used to fucking say behind your back and relocate this shit right to your face. They laugh at your tough guy act and fill you with so much fucking fear. Cowboy's not afraid of anything, Billy. That you think you invented it. His words. I'm invincible. Tell yourself, you're not weaker than you used to be, cowboy. I'm not. Tell yourself that you're not weaker than you used to be. You're just fucking smarter than you ever fucking were. Stagger home, bitch. And ignore it all. Now you're living, cowboy. Now you're living. Now you're living. Now you're living. Now you're living, cowboy. The Marlboro Man is a grinning skull mask of fucking hatred, cowboy. Of hatred. Well, my dreamers, you can see that guy's got some anger problems. You know, I mean, what the fuck's he talking about? I don't know. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock the mic like a vandal. Light the stage and wax your punk like a candle. Dance, crushing speakers that boom. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little. Motherfucking Billy, the sheep, is going to try to give the cowboy a little poem. He's a sheep and he's asleep, and you know, some say sleep is a cousin of death. I'm going to play something for you guys before we get into this. This is important. It sets the stage of everything. This is one of my friends, and I'm proud to say that. Hope you can see him. Let's do this. Here we go. Let's hit play. How the old man, the OG motherfucking, shares the screen. Listen to this fucking lie.
What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're having a good day. The SEC is looking for another delay. In the court case here, they don't even want to turn over the little, bit of documentation that the judge is requiring after she did her in-camera review. And this is wild. This is in regards to Hinman's speech.
Those are just words confirming
the
it.
drafting and formation of this speech. And look at this. This is so wild, their argument. The whole time they've been saying, look, Hinman's speech is just his opinion. It has nothing to do with our policy making.
Just his opinion.
He just wildly went out on this Ethereum free pass tour. And now look what they're saying. They should not have to turn this over because they are going to show that the speech was not merely peripheral to actual policy formation, but was in fact an essential link in the SEC's deliberative process with respect to Ether and other digital assets. The speech was foundation to the SEC's policy in digital assets. It was not just Hinman's wild personal opinion, as they have been stating this whole time. What a circular logic, the SEC is on here.
They're saying we lied to the world, to a judge, and she's an honest judge.
It's all Hinman. Now they have to turn it over. They're saying, hey,
this is fucking,
wait a second here.
Price should be rocketing. Maybe this is why those two hedge funds sold all their Bitcoin.
We don't want to turn it over.
Who knows?
I bet you it's big.
Unless something the shit's going to hit the fan.
And it may, if they end up losing, and they should, the judge should come down hard on them. I doubt she will. Unfortunately, government agencies will always. But if they have to turn this over, this may be the very thing that brings them to the table to either settle this thing out, or unfortunately, they may just drop this case altogether because they have been bested at every single turn along the way. This will be interesting, but this is a big one here. If I'm reading this correct, and I think I am,
you are,
this could be the break
Jay.
we've been waiting for. Let me know what you think down below, and as always, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised
Legend,
right
my dreamers.
here on Jungle Link.
You know what Jay is? I got a special place in my heart for Jay because this dude's smart. He talks like educated and all that stuff. But more importantly, he's smart. He's got fucking the real smarts, not the fucking dumb ones. Like doctors and shit. You guys, you gotta understand something. I grew up with a kid like him, and he reminds me of a buddy of mine, And, if you didn't know him, you wouldn't know the edge behind him. You wouldn't know the fucking edge behind him. This guy's dealt with some shit. Cowboy shit. Don't let his mind, the way he delivers words, perfectly and beautifully fool you. He's one of us. This motherfucker knows his shit. You guys don't know him like me. If you talk to him like I do, you'd see another side. You should like and subscribe his channel. He's a brother. He's a fucking brother. So let's talk. I wrote some shit down. That's the biggest thing I'll say tonight. But we got more words that have to be said. I'm gonna start at the bottom of my fucking list. Fuck. What does beer, this time of year getting the flu, and crypto have in common? Well, the beer, flu, crypto, it's all fucking related. Okay? You notice how some of these countries, I think it was fucking England or some motherfucking place, they just dropped all the restrictions on the beer, the flu. And it's funny. They're a little more ahead than we are in crypto. Isn't that a coincidence? And they were a little more ahead of us in the pandemic. They were a little faster and a little more worried and a little more overly cautious than we were. And now they're saying it's all fine. You can go back to work. As of today, I think it is. No more. You don't have to work at home. Now, we're going to understand. We got to understand that this is good for businesses to have people work from home. They don't have to pay for large office spaces and so much more. I mean, the world's being replaced by fucking robots anyways. Last time I went to fucking Home Depot, most of the registers were self-checkout. It's a fucking robot. It's all going to be a digital robot drone fucking world. Amazon. Do you think you can order a package today and get it today because of fucking people? In the metaverse, we're going to live, and eventually we'll be able to feel. It's just software. When you get close enough to something, it will send some kind of a fucking programmed feeling. It makes you think you feel, you know? My son's got the fucking, what are those things called? Oculus. He draws a circle where he can't walk outside of it. And you start getting past, there's this wall that forms. When you reach through it, it turns red. Well, what if it started vibrating? Or it started to give you a little bit of pressure into your hand controller? You're feeling, right? You can feel that. Maybe a little shock or something. Maybe it's a good buzz. That's what's going to happen. It's a fucking metaverse. It's all fucking, the brain is a fucking computer. It's just a little more complex than the ones we have. What happens when quantum computers come out? We'll be able to feel things that drugs can't provide us. They'll be able to target specific areas of the brain with a headset. All these motherfuckers that are addicted to all these fucking drugs. I'm watching this drug show called Drug Sick, Dope Sick, with Michael Keaton. You want to be fucked up? Watch that. Thousands and thousands of people that were kids and good people. Fucking, they were forced into addiction, into crime. Because they were lied to by people they trusted, like fucking doctors. And the doctors took the deals when they knew better, when they questioned it, but the perks were too fucking good. It's all the money, my dreamers. That's what they do. And I got to point out a specific point of this show where somebody from the fucking FDA or whoever the fuck it was that approved this special label for OxyContin, how once he fucking approved this, he retired and he got a job at the company that he approved the label for. And they said this is common, that people in government jobs, the FDA, whoever the fuck it is, you know what I'm talking about. The drug, whatever. Had some blues. But I would have been sharp. Billy would have been sharp. Cowboy's not so sharp right now. But they said, you know, when they talked about prosecuting this guy, they said, what a coincidence. He passed this label just like Clayton did, and Hinman, the henchman, did, and then they got these jobs in these big companies. Well, see, that's very common that low-paying jobs, yeah, they're low-paying jobs, in government positions commonly get large-paying jobs, you know, after they leave in companies that they regulate. So this isn't new, is what I'm saying. You guys got to watch that shit. This is a great example of how the money really works. It's fucked up, guys. It is fucked up. Any one of us could have been exposed to that if we had any kind of injury at the wrong time in our life. Maybe we were. It's near impossible to get away from this OxyContin shit. Fuck. This lawsuit, everybody thinks it's about Ripple, but I'm going to ask you a fucking question. Who controls the world? Is it the money? If the answer is yes, continue on. Do you think the government really cares about you more than the money, the powers that be? Who's that? It's the people that control the banks. That's the real money. The people that funded both sides of wars. You know what I'm talking about, Roth. But this isn't about conspiracy. This is about truth. This is about spitting fucking truth. I'm not like Robin Hood because I want more. Steal from the rich. Hang with the poor. My pockets are fat, you see. It don't matter to me. I feel like nobody is better than me. I don't care what Billy says. He can say all those, spit all those fucking lies. But I promise you this. Billy's not going to stand correct in front of the cowboy, because if he does, he's going to fucking end up on his knees. Like a bitch. So if you believe the money controls everything, there's nothing to worry about. Because this whole lawsuit was over before its conception. The day of conception, it was over. Because this lawsuit isn't about Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse said, we're partnered with the man. He jokes about this shit and David Schwartz all the time on Twitter. He's not worried because he knows the end result. This lawsuit is very specific to one asset group. And it's Ethereum. Remember, 90% Brad Garlinghouse and many others have said it's going to go away. And the only way that can happen is if Ethereum gets knocked in a little crack in the fucking head. Do I think Ethereum's going to go away? No, I just don't think it's going to work. I don't think 2.0 is ever going to happen, my dreamers. They say 90% of it's going to be implemented in the first quarter of next year, even though Vitalik said it's going to take all these years. Why would he say that? We should question that. Maybe he's a believer. Maybe he's being truthful in his project. But I promise you this. The only way 90% of these projects are going to go away is if Ethereum gets its fucking head cracked. So all the money can flow into the chosen one, XRP. You can throw that away. It doesn't matter. We can just go with the thought that the money controls everything. And some regulatory company of the U.S. government that's controlled by money isn't going to come after Ripple when they're partners with them, because effectively the people going after them are controlled by the people that want their project to work. It makes no sense. It's asinine. Unless it's the fastest way to regulations, because government moves extremely slow, so does Congress and everybody else. So you put the clarity on XRP and Ripple in a way that takes it off of the rest of the market to where they're at risk. And then, like we've been saying, guys, for 6 or 7 months, Gensler's going to go after the exchanges, and he just said he is. Why? Because you can't go after all the individual products, but you can go after the ones that were founded on a lie of security. That would be ETH. It's not Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin might stand through the test, but I think it might take a little hit too, because they want all this money to transfer into XRP. So if crypto's got a $2 trillion market cap and Bitcoin's half of it, what would you think? Maybe 70% of it is Ethereum projects? Where do you think that money's going to go? Path less resistance, the path with clarity. Even if they don't go after ETH, once they have clarity and no one else does and they're at risk, these hedge funds don't fucking take chances, guys. And the retail's going to follow their lead. They're going to move before you do. And it's going to fucking push you out of the market, because they're going to sell first, and then you're going to sell 30, 50, 60, 80% down from where you're at, and then you're going to re-enter, but you won't have as much money, which means you can't have as much market share because you lost it. This is the time to get rid of your ETH. Everything affiliated with it. Just because the risk is too high. I'm about risk and reward. I have an ETH. I have one Ethereum token. Sold them all when I figured this out. And I had a fucking shit ton. Because I don't like to let go. I remember, it's like dating somebody that you love and you break up, but you still check in on them at times on Facebook, I don't do that, because all that shit came after. I've been with my wife long before Facebook, but you hear what I'm saying. You guys, this is real shit. You trust me. Done okay. The IMF. What was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Brad Garlinghouse was sitting at one of these fucking big meet and greets and fucking sales things, and he was sitting across from the IMF's legal department. The guy was charismatic, and a question was on the screen. What a coincidence. About would the IMF ever hold XRP on their balance sheet? And Brad looked and laughed, and he said, ha ha ha, I'm going to let you answer this. He stood up and laughed like he knew something. Like he knew the answer. And then he said, well, like they were best friends. They had a few cocktails. He said, I'm from the legal department, so I have to say, in order for the IMF to hold anything, remember the IMF is the International Money Fund, okay? Monetary, what fucking ever, I'm drinking. It's like the banks to the countries, okay? The bailouts. They're the ones that told the countries to print much money in bailouts they can, and then fucking print more. We got you, okay? They have a basket, an SDR basket, signature drawing rights, okay? And it's pretty much money, okay? And it's a basket of currency. And they said, we could do that. We could put XRP, on our balance sheets. But another country would have to deem a cryptocurrency as a legal currency. And Brad was so excited because he knew it was coming. And then we see Bitcoin. It happened with Bitcoin. Can't make this shit up. And that was a couple years ago. Probably 3 years ago. Maybe 4. Pandemics. Time's moving fast. Just saying, it's all planned. How can a small startup company from like Silicon Valley, private company, be sitting with the IMF? You guys, how can they have these huge bank partnerships with all these major central banks? How can Warren Buffett say crypto is rat poison times square? I don't invest in stores of fear like Bitcoin, but yet he's buying gold and silver. Does that make sense? And then he sells all of his banks except for the ones like Bank of America that are heavily linked to cryptocurrency. Doesn't make sense. The whales don't want to see us fucking swim, my dreamers. You getting this? Are you seeing this? Everything I'm saying is 100% true. Oh, I was in a group today. A lot of intelligent people. I shared the link down below for the it was a Twitter group chat with Jungle. It was Jungle. He was like the main speaker, and he was fortunate enough to make me a speaker in it. And I got a little fucking mouthy. I talked too much, but you know what? Fucking, it would have been boring without me. Might just be the next best thing, but not quite me, right? If it wasn't for me. I tell the story, I tell the truth. And without me, I don't even know if this space would be anything. Listen, Cowboys just say, Billy, you should probably duct tape your mouth shut and hide in a basement with your arms shackled until you wither up and die, dude, from starvation. Okay? Hey, Billy, if I tied you up and put you in a room with no windows or anything, with the red painted fucking walls for 12, 13 days, you die? Starvation? That's what needs to happen to you, Billy. You're fucking an ass. You're a sheep. Hey, we're all in this together, brothers. My fucking roadies. Billy's on it. Fucking crazy train. That's all I wanted to say, though. You should watch How to Become a Accredited Investor. This is a cowboy. You shouldn't do this. Billy would say, but cowboy's gonna say, if you don't have that 10K to invest, get a few of your friends that you trust and put your money together. Because, remember, when they say, hey, if you invested $10,000 in Amazon, you'd have $1 million. Well, this is like even before that, when you're in the private fucking market. There's a reason you can't invest in it if you're not an accredited investor. And you don't qualify, but you know how to. I'm not saying, Billy's not saying to do anything wrong. That's it. Alexa, play Highway 20 Ride. My dreamers. Sorry, I was a little chill tonight. Drank too much. Sorry about the cowboy, guys.
I drive east every other Friday, and if I had it my way, a day would not be wasted on this drive. I want so bad to hold you, some of these things I haven't told you. When your mom and me, we couldn't get along. So I drive, and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride. The day may come you'll realize, if you could see through my eyes, there was no other way to work it out. No part of you might hate me, but son, please don't mistake me for a man that didn't care at all. And I drive, and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride.
Highway 20 Ride. My dreamers. Alexa off. I want to thank fucking BitBoy for the cowboy hat he sent me. Alexa off. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to wear it. Well, I guess I could put a XRP sign on it. Because the motherfuckers I know, when they're wearing fucking cowboy hats, it's because they're fucking killing motherfuckers. Just so you know, you come to D-Town, you see somebody with a fucking cowboy hat, you know his fucking game, okay? But I guess if I put a fucking XRP logo, it'll be okay.